Good morning for 14 more minutes. How are you? I'm fantastic. Thanks for asking. All righty. Sorry about that. Oh, something else I'm quite sorry for. The microphone situation this morning in the video. Oh, God, that was awful. I had to pin it like so close here, and I'm just loud. Like, that's me. That's how I talk. I'm loud. So, yeah, sometimes the microphone, woo, God, the distortion. When I listened to it after it was uploaded, I was like, oh my God, oh, that's awful. So apologies for that to anyone whose, eardrums I may have blown out. Well, let me get my little bowl here. Hold on. Hold, please. How about one more for old time's sake? Oh, that one was nice and soft. Namaste, bitches. Oh my goodness. Yes, we're doing the cleansing right out of the gate. Just because it's only been 3 minutes and 52 seconds. Oh God, like I had to make some notes this morning about who and what we were going to talk about. It's the answer to that question is many, and they're all gross in different ways, of course. So let me say hi to the kids in class. But yes, just because, I started listening. Well, I've been listening, y'all. I haven't been on for a few days because I have been doing actual work. Yes, YouTube is not my job. No, this is just a hobby that every day I ask myself, like, God, don't you want to learn how to knit? Oh God. Yeah. So as I was working, I'm listening because just like everybody, I'm a sub, just like everybody else is. Oh boy, let's see. I met somebody new to add to the dirtbag list. Oh my goodness, I probably shouldn't speak about a man of the cloth in that manner. And nonsense. I'm gonna thank you for that. Oh yes, the Reverend Feller. Or as I call him, the Rev. Yes, yes. Wasn't one of the guys from Run DMC? Didn't we call him Rev? Yes, Reverend Run. Remember that reality show? That was a good show. Okay. So yeah, I'm just very briefly going to touch on him, even though I spent like 4 hours learning about him. Oh, those are 4 hours I can't get back. I mean, he definitely, I'll give him this. He's got a very interesting, I grew up Catholic, and I'm still Catholic, but the only time I grace a church with my presence, quite unfortunately, is typically a somber event like a funeral or something. So while I'm not a very religious person, I definitely believe in God, and I do not believe that you have to go sit in a what was that thing we would do as kids? Here's the church, here's the people. No, here's the church. How did that go? Here's the church, here's the people. Open it up, and there's the steeple. I know I butchered that. Sorry, what can I say? Like, it's been a very long time since I've had to do those little rhymes. So yes, but I've been to several different churches, because if you get to be a certain age, well, the sad reality of life is the older you get, the more funerals you'll find yourself attending. And I've got to say, I've never been to a church where it's true crime is the sermon. And my goodness, I dare say, I might be a much more devout person if I had found that earlier in life. So I'm going to give him most definitely an A for originality, we'll just say. Oh boy. Yeah, that was definitely a new one. My goodness. I'm pretty sure there's probably a tent somewhere with his name on it, and some followers speaking in tongues and handling serpents. Hey, and I'm not knocking anybody's religion. I just, I was just a little taken aback. It's something new. Yeah, I'd say that for it. It's new. Oh boy. Yeah. Gone are the days when they would just, at the designated time, they had a lovely wicker basket with a very long handle on it. And, depending on the size of the church, you would get ushers that would go by on either side of the pews and put, just send that basket right on down that bench so you could make your offering. Goodness. Who knew that now you can ask for a blessing via Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, Super Chat. It would be easier for me to tell you the ways in which, let's just say this. If you're not inclined to donate to the Rev, my suggestion is leave your purse, or at least your wallet, leave it out in the car. Because short of that, I don't think any excuse will suffice as to why you're not donating. I mean, my goodness, he is doing the Lord's work. Yeah, so there's that. And, actually, now that I think about it, I think that's all we're going to say about him, because Jesus, man. I agree with whoever was it. Nonsense girl, were you the one who said it looks like he fills that situation, this facial hair situation, that he's filling that in with like an Anastasia Beverly Hills eyebrow pencil? Because I kind of got that vibe too. Yeah. I boy, I the more of these people that I make the acquaintance of here on YouTube, well, the more I yearn for, when it was a simpler time before I knew all the people. Yeah, I don't know. It makes one contemplate a move to another neighborhood, we'll just say. Okay, so let me say hello here. Hi, Outlaw. How are ya? Emmy. Hey, girl. Emmy, please remind me when I'm done saying hi to all the kids in class. We're just going to go over just a very few rules for, I don't know if anybody takes me up on my invitation to the party to come on over and tell me all about myself, but you've got to do it on panel with me. You can't just run in here and put shit in the chat that, only part of which I can decipher and understand. You don't have to show your face if you don't want to. But yeah, we're going to have to do it that way. And then that other little situation we talked about the other day, my feelings have not changed on that. Crazy Nurse, you know what I'm talking about as well. Yes, regarding, just a certain somebody. Hey, SoFlo, good morning, Crazy Nurse. There you are. Hey, K-Mash, how are you? Ooh, Dustin, a spy case. Well, I hope the spy who loved me is more proficient than some of the spies running around this place. Because I find myself agreeing with Mr. Ryan Upchurch in his video of, I think this morning it was. I mean, listen, I don't agree with everything, but there are definitely things that he, some of his thoughts about the various investigators. Yeah. A lot of you investigators, you ought to investigate, like, I don't know, how to raise your credit score, or, something more productive than trying to do law enforcement's job for them. Yeah, they got it. Okay. Hi, Brittany. How are you? Niecy B, good morning. Nonsense. Hello again. Shit. What did I do? Hey, Beer Can. How are you? Nice to see you. Mom of a Gladiator. Good morning. Yes, I am. Hey, how are you? It's good to see you. It's been a while. I mean, as one of the 3 people on YouTube that works, listen, I get it. I know the struggle's real, but I do so much appreciate you popping in here. Let's see. What time is it in your neck of the woods? Oh, are you just getting up? Oh, you're ready to laugh. Well, listen, I'll try and bring some of the funny. God knows I've got some. Woo, boy. Oh God, this place is just like a very strong magnet for very fucked up people. I wish, I would try and dress it up a little more, but well, hey, I take it upon myself to try and show out for the part of the community that, doesn't have wardrobe items that have dead children's faces on them. Yeah, I don't that where I shop, they don't have any of that kind of shit. And I don't keep my clothes in hefty bags or cardboard dressers. But that's just me. Hey, Kit, how are you? Kit, our friend from Denmark, the Nordic country. Gosh, I was watching Vikings a few weeks ago. I tell you what, the Nordic people, man, they were, and I'm presuming still are, badass. Yeah. Oh God, that head Viking. Woo! He might become my I mean, Jason Momoa is my movie husband. I've told my husband, honey, I'm telling you now, if he walks to the door and rings the bell, I'm out. Like if he comes for me, I'm leaving. I'm gonna have to go with him. I'm not gonna have a choice, especially if he's holding one of my Amazon purchases. But I'm sure the chances of that are zero. So I don't know though. The head Viking, what's his name? Dragnar. Why can't I remember that dude's name? Oh, mom of a gladiator. Good morning. TT, the good Tiffany girl. You may get a job today. Hi, Zen. How you doing? Diamond Cutter. Good morning, girl. Yes, I guess we are going to see if anybody's going to, pop in to say hi. Yeah. Balls or no balls. I'll just leave that one there. Oh. Muffin Mouse. Good afternoon. Hey, Amberly, how you doing? Stella Bella, Mama Bear. Oh, Mama Bear, nothing. Well, there is one new thing that I haven't talked about much. I think it's just happened. Just all the usual. I haven't gone live since Friday. So, it's the weekend wrap up on Tuesday because I had prior commitments yesterday. So here we are. I'm late as usual. Twin thing, how you doing? Sorry, y'all. I'm just going down the chat. Hi, Patricia. How you doing? Marcy. Good afternoon. 1 minute in. It's 12:01. Here we are. Hi, Blank Slate. How are you? It's nice to see you. KB. Good afternoon. Clancy, what's up? How you doing? I hope you're good. I haven't seen you in a while. Oh, could you possibly be number 3 of the 3 people on YouTube that are actually employed? Hey, PP Gate, how you doing? Glow with Glow, how are you? Bama G, good afternoon. Oops, the chat keeps refreshing itself. Wine, crime, and mayhem. Good afternoon. Hey, London girl. Cheers. Stereophonics mom. Good afternoon. God, it's hot in my office. I keep seeing all these comments about how hot it is. Y'all, Florida. Hey, Striker Force for you. Florida, mouse for you to envy. Good afternoon. Florida is listen, it's so hot right now. The heat, the humidity, it's making me angry. It's just pissing me off. Every time I take the dog for a walk, I come back in my house where it's a balmy 70 degrees. And the change in temperature, my God, when you go out the door from my husband says it's like an igloo in here. I do not agree. The change in temperature, it's so oppressive. It is literally like a punch in the face. And don't let me forget to tell the caterpillar story from yesterday. Oh, God. Oh, if you are not a fan of creepy crawly things, woo, don't ever come to Florida. Hey, A Touch of Happiness. How are you? It's nice to see you. Hey, Tay Kelly. Amethyst Moon. Good afternoon. Oh, dang it. Mama Shmita. How are you? Loretta Lynn, coal miner's daughter. Do you know that my entire adolescence, Coal Miner's Daughter was one of my, along with Mommy Dearest, is one of my all-time favorite movies. I saw it on cable when I was a young girl, and it's just one of those movies that I absolutely love. And if I happen to be flipping through the TV and it's on, I will always stop and watch it. I don't care how many times I've seen it. Hey, Queen Bee, how are ya? It's nice to see you. I haven't been around lately. I've been actually working. I've mowed through a whole bunch of work. Oh, crazy horse! I'm going to tell my plumeria story. It's gone. It's past the point of no return. Kind of like Betty's hair. Yeah, it's fried. Hey, Nicole LTL, how are ya? Okay, we're close to the end of the class. If I missed anybody, I'm so sorry, and I promise I will say hello at some point during this live. Okay, so creepy crawly story. When my husband got home from work yesterday, which was I don't know, probably 4:30, I was doing some work, and my husband came in and said, "Oh my God, you're not going to believe what happened to the plumeria at the end of the walkway." So my husband loves plants. So in this big, beautiful, like stone planter, we had a plumeria bush, and plumeria is the smell is absolutely divine. I mean, it's so fragrant you can just walk by it and you can smell it. In fact, if you go to Hawaii, and they always give you a lei, at least they used to, not that kind of lei, when you walk off the plane, and those leis are usually made up of mainly plumeria. I said, "No, what do you mean? What are you talking about?" He said, "Between the time I left this morning, I don't know, he left around 10. So between 10 and about 4, he said the entire plumeria bush had been eaten. Like there was not one leaf, nothing left on it." And I was like, "What the hell are you talking about?" He said, "Yeah, those orange, black, fuzzy caterpillars have swarmed it and destroyed it between those hours." And I was like, "What?" I said, I need to see this. Please take me to, sir, take me to the scene of the crime. Hey, Helen Highwater, how are you? Hi, Jasmina. So he did. And we got out there, and I said, what in the actual hell is all that? And despite the fact that it was 127 degrees in the shade with, relative humidity of 200, I immediately got like, full like chills here, just chills. My hair was like, it felt like I had bugs. Like, whoa! The caterpillars, okay, they were about that long. So maybe I'm trying to find something I can. Well, they were about the length. They were about the length of this big pen cap. Neon orange with black hairs that just stood straight up. And they were everywhere. Oh, God! I was like, oh! For hours after I came inside, I felt like they were just crawling around in my hair. Oh, God, it was so gross. I could have gone my whole life without seeing that. I forget. He knew what they were called, and I was just like, oh. And hey, Bash. Yeah, it's not that they weren't cute. Yeah, they were cute, but no, I don't want anything that's got hair follicles that stand like, I wish I could describe. Think like oh God, it was just gross, gross. The hair follicles, each black like hair just stood straight up and just whoa, it was so gross, gross. But they actually, they Mother Nature is an amazing thing, honest to God, because the orange, the color was really pretty. My goodness, maybe they're here for Halloween and they're just a little early. Because I kid you not, they were the color of like plastic orange pumpkins we used to carry as kids to get the candy thrown into. Yeah, that's what they look like. Hey, Wendy V. Well, welcome. Yeah, it was something else. So, okay. Well, now that we've talked about the insects of the many insects of Florida. Oh, I'm going to do my little, y'all, I was tidying up in my office and I noticed that I have been neglecting to do our little Chanel quote of the day. So I said, you know what? First, I'm going to open this book and the first one that I see is the one I'm reading. I don't care what it says. Gentleness doesn't get work done unless you happen to be a hen laying eggs. Oh, I thought, wow, that might be apropos. Yes. I'm just constantly amazed by this dump. I really am. Oh God. I do have notes. I even have multiple highlights so that I can keep myself on track here. Hey, Heartland, honey, how you doing? Okay. Let's see. Oh, as you may have heard what I alluded to this morning in the video about, we have a new island, it seems. Well, I am calling dibs on Ginger. I want Ginger. I don't want to hear the shit about, oh no, all the guys thought it was Marianne was the hot one. Well, that's great, but I was like, I'm sorry. That's me. She's my spirit animal. Yes, I would be the one at the beach in an evening gown with, full face of makeup and carrying my high heels when I couldn't quite get through the sand. Yes, that would be me. So I most identify with Ginger. And it's cool. If everybody wants to be Marianne, then there won't be any problem with me being Ginger. Oh, I love it when things work out like that. Hey, Kathy P. Okay. As far as the invitation that I issued, come on over. Come and tell me all about myself, if you dare. I promise I will be nice. Well, I'll be polite. Let's just say that. Because I don't like, you're never going to get what I think a lot would like, which is for me to just lose my shit and show my ass. Yeah, no, if I show my ass, it'll be because, when I got dressed that morning, the hem of my dress got stuck in my thong like that. It'll be for some reason like that. But oh my goodness, you know what? Where's my #1 fan? I haven't seen him. I think that will work out nicely for all of us. Oh, so on the way to a missing person? Who's that? Yes, Zen, yes. Oh, gosh, I guess when I planned this soiree and sent out the invitations. I should have paid more attention to the, the grifter schedule of events. Yeah. So, anybody who would like to come and, if you have an issue with me for whatever reason, please, by all means, I would love to talk to you. And all I ask is, please keep all your body parts covered up. I don't want to see anybody else's body parts, like no pee bombing, none of that. Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably about it. I mean, I don't speak crayon or cartoon. So, proper English and grammar, well, that would be a plus, but it's not necessary. Hey, Stam, how are you? Oh, smoke and mirrors. But thank you, I appreciate that. Hey, Lurker, how are you? Mitten Mama, did I say hi to you? So yeah, that's really our very few rules. You can tell me anything you want to tell me about myself. I mean, I just feel like it's much more productive when we actually, instead of just lobbing bombs and talking shit about each other over the YouTube streets. I mean, for me personally, I do not go to chats or channels that I don't care for. Like, why? Time is precious, and I just don't do that. I don't go looking for trouble. But the same cannot be said of everyone else. So I am. Oh, Dis, what's your issue? Everybody's got an issue with me. Oh, listen, sometimes the damn truth hurts, okay? It just does. So the way I conduct myself, oh, my hair is nicer than, I don't know, Dis, you got some pretty good hair. I don't go to try and stir up trouble in other people's chats. Let me tell you what I would never, ever do under any circumstances. I would never go run into somebody's chat, come in and insult them, and then tuck tail and run. Multiple times that's been done. So I just think it's far more effective if you just come and tell me to my face what the issue is. Well, I don't need to know what your issue is, I guess, because I can probably figure that out. But yeah, just, hey, literally Davis fam. I also, here's another thing I don't do. I see a lot of people who spend an awful lot of time, supposedly all these people who don't care. They seem to make a job of looking for anybody who has anything to say about them, and then immediately runs to their channel to blast you. Well, I mean, do what you got to do, but I don't care what people say about me. I know who I am. And for someone's insults to bother me, well, they have to tap into a weakness. So I don't go around looking to get conflict with somebody, but only wanting to tell only one side of an issue. So that's pretty much it. And honestly, anybody I have ever said a word about is always welcome to come over here and talk to me and tell me what the problem is with me. I mean, I would feel like a coward, a hypocrite, and just an all-around asshole if I did not afford someone that I have spoken about to tell me what they think. So that's how I try and conduct myself. The only time I care about correcting or speaking about something that's been said is if it is something that is factually completely incorrect. Don't put words in my mouth and don't twist my words. Other than that, feel free. It does not bother me. I don't think you've ever heard me sit in this chair and say, refute personal opinions that people may have about me. Why would I do that? I'm not going to change their mind, and I don't care what they think. I know who I am. I know who I'm not. And I come up here and I do commentary on the grimy shit that's going on in this hood. And then I push the big orange button that says end broadcast, and it's done. I do not understand these people who go real life. I don't get it. But of course, every single person that goes real life, well, they all say, I don't go real life. I've never doxed anybody. Oh, really? So like all these people that say these things have happened to them, none of that's real. Like, which, you know what? This is going to be kind of a nice segue into our first subject of the day. Yes, class, here's a new word. It's not a new word, but I think it very nicely describes all of what we call the collective tragedy pimps, and that would be obtuse. Obtuse is someone who is annoyingly obnoxious, just indignant in their stance on their bullshit. Like Betty is obtuse. They all are to varying degrees, but well, hold on. I'll save her for I'm not going to deviate from my notes. Okay, so here's another word. You know, sometimes I feel like I use the same words over and over and over, and I want like new words. I read a lot of books, fiction and nonfiction. And when you know, one of the byproducts of literacy is it builds your vocabulary. So the other day, I was like, my God, I need to use, I'm tired of just using the same nouns, verbs, and adjectives to describe these people over and over and over. And I left this word in a comment, and I think was it about this person? Might have been about somebody else. And that word is nonplussed. And I think it perfectly describes Zav, Scab Girl, Zav Girl, or Scab Girl, as I like to call her. Yeah. Someone who is not, it absolutely fits her to a T. And first, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to comment on that I heard. It's just a short, I'm not playing it. I think I heard it on one of the clips. Oh, it was either Chronicles or who's the other one? Something with tragedy pimps in it. Not bad. It wasn't Bash. Tragedy Pimps Exposed, maybe. Okay, it was one of the clips like that. And it was Zav Girl talking to someone whose name I'm sorry I cannot remember right now, and I didn't write down, and it doesn't matter because I'm not going to play the clip. But it was, I guess she's back. Yes, welcome back. I'm telling you, this place truly, like I have come to this conclusion. Hey, Revival, how you doing? There are zero standards here. Zero, zip, zilch, nada, none. It doesn't matter what, listen, once you got a foothold in this place, it doesn't matter what you do. It truly doesn't. This morning I said, all will be forgiven. I don't know if it'll be, I can't say that because I'm the one that will, no, I'll never forgive. And I will not forget either. But it's not for me. Forgiveness doesn't need to come from me. The place that needs to come from, something tells me those people are a lot better humans than she is. And they may very well already have forgiven her. I don't know. But I listened to this conversation with this dumb bitch. And yes, that's what you are. You're a dumb bitch. And you're also nonplussed. And nonplussed is her. In this clip. Talking like she literally has no fucking idea what was all the fuss about. So nonplussed is someone who is like, so like, duh, like so seemingly confused, so confused over a situation that she doesn't even know how to respond. Sound like anybody we know? Yes, I think it does. I think it sounds like Zav. Scab. I'm listening to her talking to this woman who I believe has a channel. Well, obviously she has a channel because I think if I'm not mistaken, the conversation took place on this other person's channel. And she really, well, my goodness, she's in good spirits. So girl, your hiatus. Well, I'm so glad to hear that you're, just giddy. Yeah. I mean, for as yeah, that's about the most. Let's just say this. She seemed to be instead of her usual, like, she actually managed to muster up a little bit. Of course, it was the wrong emotion, but she managed to muster up a little bit of, I don't know, like she found her fucking pulse. And yeah, she doesn't, basically I'm summing it up, paraphrasing. Well, it was much ado about nothing. I mean, here's what I took away from the clip. Hey, I didn't do anything wrong, really. Those pictures, there's all kinds of other people here on YouTube, big creators. They have them on their page. I didn't show anything that wasn't shown at the trial. it's not my fault that I got the photos. I didn't ask for them specifically. Same old, same old. I wasn't trying to charge for the pictures per se, but I had, because it was, sensitive material. I knew I couldn't put it on my YouTube channel. So I had no choice but to put it on Patreon, and I put it on the lowest tier, guys. I don't know, guys. What do you think? I can't fucking stand this bitch. Honest to God, you are shameful. I mean, that's why I say there are zero standards in this dump. And short of setting someone on fire on a live stream, I don't know what it would take for somebody to actually lose their channel, as she should have. And she wanted to blame Brian. And oh, that was another thing that was hilarious. She was like, shame on you, Brian Enton. I used to think you were a credible source, and now I know you're not. He doesn't even vet his own work. Apparently, she thinks that he's some fucking flunky YouTuber who, is just, taking his phone and his microphone and making the magic happen. Sitting in a gamer chair. Yeah, no, he's got a degree, number one, in journalism. And what comes along with a real media presence, not just some self-aggrandizing, self-important, fucking delusional, tie-dyed deer in the headlights, is a staff. No, not a staph infection, a staff. People who work for him, because he's out getting interviews, investigating. He doesn't have to do everything from go. There's production. So, and all of that is irrelevant. I'm telling you right now, in my opinion, I don't think that she thinks she did a damn thing wrong. And whoever the woman was she was talking to was like, yeah, that's right, I agree. All these people, they're hypocrites, they're this, they're that. Let me tell you something. There's people that I talk about that may think I'm a bitch. And you know what? Maybe I am. But you know what I've never done and I'm never going to do? I'm never going to put somebody's dead baby on any social media platform for any reason, whether it's free or to make money. I'm not going into this whole, oh, Betty, honey, this is what you were trying to say yesterday. Now, if we went with Betty's dumbass self, we would say that I was having a tyrant. No, maybe I am a tyrant. I am the tyrant of Literacy Island. No, you stupid bitch, it's tirade. I guess Betty was so busy learning the law that she skipped high school English. Yeah. Wrong word. Oh, Glenda, how are you? Hey, Earth, how are you? Oh, she's got insider information on Brian Enton. Who gives a shit what that dumb bitch has to say about anything? Not me. I'm sorry. The chutzpah on this bitch is next level. And let me just put it all out here. I'll never get it. I will never get it. What does she bring to the table? She is like watching grass grow. Much like another person I'm going to talk about that I don't get it. It really makes one ponder. What the fuck am I doing here? Why am I here? Look at these people. I mean, these people are seemingly like devoid of all kinds of things. And it's like anything goes here. Anything goes. Hey, Pugs, how are you? Oh, and Estam, I agree. My God, just because you've got what may or may not be, I know what I'd call it. Just because you've got some particular, let's just say, compulsions or what looks like compulsions, yeah, that doesn't mean you're smart. That doesn't mean I don't give a shit about her degree or anything else. Whatever. Like I truly, so many of these people, I just, wait, what is Earth? It's really to come out with an apology only. Oh, yes, her apology that my dog could have done an apology with more sincerity, because in my opinion, her apology was so abysmal because I don't know, let's just say she seems to be working with some different things than I'm working with in any number of respects. So yeah, but I thought, my God, if there was ever a person that the word nonplussed was applicable to, I just don't get it. I do not get it. Not at all. Not one little bit. So, Flo, yeah, we're getting to her. Don't worry. So yeah, she's back, and she's back. Yeah. Oh, let's see. Let's go to another person that I fail to understand. That would be Ziggy with her nude island. Bitch, if you spent the amount of time, I don't know, maybe getting a real job as you do, coming up with this disgusting bullshit, well, maybe you would be in a different place than you are in your life. I think all of these people were like, they seem to think that because they found a bunch of other people that are like as boring and unengaging, etc., as they are, because water does seek its own level. That's what they say. And the world's full of dumb people, unfortunately. Yeah, and most of them piss me off too. But I've long heard people talk about her. I just thought that she was some, chubby chick sitting in. Does she sit in a recliner? She does sit in a recliner sometimes, doesn't she? Somebody sent me a picture one time, not too long ago, of her wearing what looked like a filthy wife beater. Oh God, it was gross. And I was like, girl, sleeveless ain't for you. Okay. And yes, that is my professional opinion. But all of that is just, who cares? But I happened to tune in to the Jerks last night. And the only other time I've ever even listened to them, or even, well, actually, I was going to say, or knew about them, was when the whole heels situation happened. But there was, when they were still the Circle Jerks, I remember on I was listening to Queen Bees one day on a Sunday. I was in my car and I was going to Home Goods, and Pearl was on talking about, I don't remember the lady's name, but let's just say the circle jerks lost one and just became the jerks. So, but last night was, besides the other situation, that's the most I've ever listened. And I don't even know any of the other women on the panel. But when they got to the Ziggy thing, wow. I mean, first of all, newsflash. Much like in real life, most of the people that hang out at either nude beaches or nudist resorts, etc., well, most of them are people you would not want to see naked. No, trust me, these places are not full of supermodels, on their day off. And neither is Ziggy's. Same goes for her. Nobody wants to see you or anybody else. And I understand this is, this is some stupid scheme dreamed up to make money. Because, hey, it's hard out here for a pimp. And if I were Dolly, I'd feel some type of way about that, because as much as I think he can be a real douche canoe and is a douche canoe most of the time, I've never taken away from the fact that he can be funny, he can be entertaining, and he did come up with the first island. And that, even though he ripped it off from Survivor, he still had the idea to do it, which is more than I had. So I will also not take that away from him. And if I were him, I'd just feel some type of way about, that's fucking stupid. Oh God, girl, you're a slob. You need to get your shit together. You're in some kind of, what I thought when I saw her sitting in that room with her fucking dumbass, like Vanna White wheel of tragedy pimping. Vanna, I'd like to buy a vowel. Actually, I'd like to buy a vote, Vanna. Yeah. I'll pay anything to not see the host nude. What immediately came to my mind when I saw her sitting there with some, like, does the room have any furniture besides what looks like, some wooden chair that came maybe off the side of the road? I don't know. I saw her there, like she's way back in a corner, which, trust me, I can appreciate that. I got it. But the first thing that came to my mind, I swear to God, it puts the lotion in the basket. That's the vibe I got. I was like, oh my God, what the hell is that? Like, what? Ew, what is this? And she is sitting there playing. Listen, I don't care enough to even try and regurgitate her little rules and whatnot. But suffice it to say this. I mean, she just ripped off Dolly's whole thing. And you pay for votes. Of course, if you pay via a platform that YouTube won't take 33% of, well, then you get, I think you get to double your dollars, or double your votes. And of course, now she's already been warned by apparently the Gaming Commission in another state. I don't remember what it was, possibly Indiana. Because, it seems that our girl is, trying to do her own, like, ghetto version of Las Vegas in her guest bedroom. I don't know. Yeah, so weird. So very bizarre and strange. And she was warned, apparently, that what you are doing is gambling. And that's not allowed. So, nonsense. I've never watched her either, because much like the last bitch I talked about, she is about as exciting as watching the grass grow. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get any of this. People who seemingly have, and it's like, congratulations, you've managed to find 20,000 or so. I don't know about her, but I'm speaking about some of the other ones. You've managed to find, give or take 20,000 here or there, people to follow you. And they seem to think that that somehow equates to success in the real world. It does not. Not at all. So, not impressed. No, in fact, the opposite. I'm repulsed. I like that stupid bitch is playing, I guess when she turns her little wheel, which, brought to mind more like, where Charles Ingalls worked on Little House on the Prairie when he would go to the mill. Yeah, because he had a job. Yeah, I just remember they had that water wheel that, was always in the shots. Yeah, Vanna wants to buy a vowel. And she is playing Summerwell's trivia. I have never seen, bitch, you have no class. You have no taste. I don't know what you have. I don't get it at all. Who does that? I don't know how you could be so vile. Insensitive doesn't even begin to cover it. Like, she thinks this is some kind of a game. That is a missing child who she is enriching herself off the back of. Oh, that's right. She's the one who spawned YouTube's most illiterate Summerwell's Viper. Prayer Garden. I don't know. I might be starting to understand this a little more. Oh, yes, she is, Nisi. Yes, she is. She absolutely is. Go watch The Jerks, because I wouldn't send you to that nasty bitch's channel if it was the last channel on YouTube. Go watch The Jerks. It's closest to the end. It just came out last night, so I'm not going to play it. But I promise you, this is what she's doing. She's got her nude island. Bitch, nobody wants to, I don't even want to see you with clothes. Never mind nude. I don't even get it. How fucking inappropriate and vile could you be? You're a fucking grifter. You are a low-life grifter, in my opinion. So she's sitting in her wherever the hell she is, and dipshits who want to give her money off of somebody else's idea that she just ripped off and took for her own. She sells you a vote. Of course, there's some kind of janky double speak because, of course, we can't have it seen as what it so clearly is, which is gambling. Because I do believe, I don't know what the prize is. And unlike all the other people who started their own islands, she put herself on the island. I got an island for you, honey. And I've got I was going to say a small boat, but I think we better make it a large boat. I've got a large boat with let's just say a slow leak, and on one broken oar I'm going to give you to get there. So she sells for, however she has structured it. if you do it, like I said, if you do it so that YouTube doesn't snatch their cut, you get double your votes. I think that's how it went. And when she spins that wheel, it was trivia like this. What was the drink that was in the back of Candace Wells' car? What is Summer Wells' full name? That one was the least offensive. I think one of them was, what kind of candy was in the back seat? Things like that. Just absolutely the most oh, nonsense, girl. Trust me on this. Your head will blow right off your shoulders. The Jerks. If one of the mods would put the Jerks link in the chat so y'all can go and go watch it for yourself. Go listen for yourself. Just fast forward until you get to the image that comes up on the screen. That's her sitting in a dark looking room with some ugly ass wooden chair next to her. She's in the corner and she's got this like wheel thing. I don't know if that thing, I don't know. It sure looked like she was actually spinning it. But I have to say, I was putting my makeup on and it was on the phone. So I don't know if that, I can't imagine that she would go to the trouble to actually make something like that. But it's not like she has a job. So maybe she did. I don't know. But I absolutely promise you, you would get to answer Summer Wells trivia questions. Just vile. Absolutely the most exploitive, disgusting, amoral. Bitch, you need to go sit with Scab Girl. And I tell you what, when your YouTube career when the pinnacle of your career is in the rearview mirror and you find yourself standing or sitting, I mean, these people are all fucking lazy, so probably sitting, laying on the couch. Yeah, when you find yourself there with Scab Girl and Ziggy and Bullscorn Betty and JLR, yeah, like color me out. Bye. I mean, my God, I cannot imagine. Like that crew, that's the shit you want to take up for. That's how about it? Different strokes for different folks. Yeah, no, that's none of that. None of that is my, like, no. That's not me. And for the life of me, I don't get it. She was, get this, the Jerks had her speed it up. I don't know what, they didn't say what she was on. My phone was on 1.75 and it was still like this. I mean, I don't get it. I do not. Oh yeah, Kathy B. They were Summer Wells case trivia. Oh yeah, Niecy, I know that. But see, I'm not like these dirtbags. I don't bring people's children into anything. So that makes no difference to me one way or the other. I just can't imagine how, when you're a parent, hell, if you're warm-blooded, I whether you have a child or not, I just don't understand how, if that doesn't tell you everything you need to know about her and anybody who co-signs that shit, that they are nothing. They are tragedy pimps. They don't give a damn about any of these cases or the real life people involved in them. These cases and the victims and their families, they are nothing more than a vehicle for them to line their pockets with. Period. End of story. That's it. That's all. This is not complicated. And I just don't get it. I just do not understand what is wrong with this hood. It's just crazy. There are no standards at all. None. And it doesn't matter. Here's the other page of the playbook that I didn't even mention. So when you either, do something, or no matter what happens, whatever controversy surrounds someone, no matter what it is, all you really need to know is just ignore it. Don't acknowledge it. Ignore it. Act like nothing's going on. Act like you didn't do anything, to varying degrees. And no matter what it is, it just, boop. You just, in really extreme cases, like, I don't know, showing somebody's dead child's autopsy pictures, that apparently I'm still hearing that, everybody's got them. This is much ado about nothing. So that would be my question. So what is this about? What is the controversy? Why was she singled out? If everybody else is doing the same thing, why her? Much like I ask myself, why would anybody follow her? Because she's boring as hell, and I'll just leave it there. So it takes me to the logical conclusion. Hey, voices, how are you? It takes, hey, still a mother. It takes me to the obvious question, which is this. What exactly is it that is, I mean, I think I know the answer to this. This is pretty much a rhetorical question. What exactly is it that is valued and rewarded here? Because I don't think it's anything that I want to bring to the table. Like, I don't get it. I've never understood it, ever. And I don't see it ever changing. I really don't. In fact, I see the opposite. I see it getting more and more and more and more gross and outrageous. And. Okay, so that's all Ziggy. Oh, Ziggy, I have an answer to your question, girl. Somewhere in this whole stream of vile, disgusting, the tackiest, most just, disgusting. And apparently Zaggy wasn't exactly prepared, we'll just say. I mean, is she always, I know we've got the tie-dye deer in the headlights. Is she also chronically unprepared? I don't know, because I don't listen to her. No thanks. But that's what I gathered from people I've heard in the past speak on her, and even in this stream. And to hear the jerks tell it, and I do believe one of them was a former mod, but from what I gather, it seems like she doesn't, much like what you hear about Bullscorn Betty, that their unpaid employees, being the mods, do a lot of the work for them. The research. I think I get new research staff. Sorry. Damn it. Oh, actually, maybe I'll just stand up for a minute. Oh. So yeah, that was kind of what was, being said about her, that she doesn't do anything herself as far as prep. And she was kind of, just the very little bit that I listened to, she definitely was like, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I've got it sped up. I had it on 1.75. I don't know what the jerks had it on, but it had to have been at least 1.25. So together we're on 2 times the speed, and she was still like this. Holy shit. And she said out of her own mouth, you guys, what do you think I should do? Like, I need to think about what I can do to make this like a little more exciting, Ziggy, I have the answer for you. Find a new host. That's what you need to do to make it more exciting. Yes, find somebody else to play Vanna White that's more, I don't know, believable. Because while I think I'm quite a bit older than you, I mean, I don't know, I can pass for a geriatric Vanna White. You can't pass for any kind of, no. I'll just leave that there. Okay, so scratch that scumbag off the list. Oh, okay, Betty, we covered tyrant versus tirade. And Betty, let me school you on something else, Pumpkin. Oh, actually, I think I have it right. Oh, yes, I do. Let me get this. Hey, Bets, you see this right here? Yes, this is your, this is the counterclaim. I have your pile of shit somewhere in here. I don't know where. I have to find it. Oh, maybe it's with my press pass. This right here, Betty, I am starting to think that you might have told a lie about all of your legal experience, because it could only be one of two things. Well, one of a few things. You either do, this would be my guess, that you and this duck, well, y'all have the same IQ score. So it's either that, or I don't know, maybe you didn't really go to school and get a paralegal degree. I mean, I'm not saying whether you did or not. I personally don't think you ever act as an educated person. I've never heard, even someone who's not very educated, I've never heard someone use the word tyrant when speaking about what I'm guessing she meant to be tirade. That, Betty, here's an easy way to remember it. A tirade, well, that nicely sums up your existence. Like, your everyday existence is just one string of tirades after the other. So there's an easy way. Well, now wait a minute, because I was going to say that a tyrant is someone like, Fidel Castro, Mussolini, Vladimir Putin. But Betty, you're also kind of a tyrant. So, well, maybe I don't know, maybe I'm starting to understand a little more why she got him confused. No, not really. Yeah, Betty, you're a dumbass. My God. I mean, I'm embarrassed for you all the time for any number of reasons, not the least of which is this. Betty, just take this piece of advice from me, because it's, but first let's finish this. You see this right here? This is publicly available on the Knox County, the Ninth Circuit, This is public record on the docket. You pay 10 cents a page. Nobody had to do any kind of like covert, shady trading of information on any number of the chatting. I think she called them chat rooms. I believe she was probably referring to Discord. Yeah, just for me, no. Discord, I've never been and I'm never going. There's, this place is disgusting enough. The shit that is done on Front Street for all the world to see proudly is grimy as hell. That's enough for me. Why would I ever go into an offsite platform where I'm sure anything goes? I mean, the thought of that shit, that terrifies me. No, thank you. But hey, y'all do whatever you do. I'm not looking down on you. Hey, Okie Crime News, how you doing? I just wouldn't, it's not for me. But yeah, Betty, you see, for you to suggest that this is not available to anyone who wants to pay, and like most of our court dockets here in Florida, at least the bigger counties, you don't have to pay anything. Whatever is publicly available, you can download it right from the website. You don't have to pay anything. But the fact that you would say that, all it tells me, it can only be one of a few situations. You're either lying to your subs and wanting them to believe that this public document that is available to me, Satan himself, whoever wants to take the time and the money can procure this. Oh, sorry, we're talking about Betty. That's a big word. Procure. It's a synonym. It's another word for. Boy, I'm really throwing her off. That's another word for get. Yeah, anybody can procure this. Nobody had to go into some, Claire Danes Homeland situation to get the whatever this pile of shit is. No, this is not a pile of shit. This is what was filed in response to Betty's pile of shit. So it's, it can only be one of a few scenarios. Betty's lying to her subs and wanting them to think that, oh, poor Betty, she's being persecuted. Betty's a hateful bitch. That's it. That's all. It's not complicated. And Betty is Betty is finally, she's getting it shoved straight up her ass. Like so many of us have been dying to see ever since we met that wretched bitch. Yeah. Oh, I couldn't think of anybody who deserves this right here more. Yeah, Betty opened up a can of whoop ass, it seems. And so we're either lying to the subs to, oh, poor Betty, she's so persecuted. What's interesting is you don't see too many people that are, just average, everyday, nice, normal people. You really don't see too many of them being widely persecuted. And Betty's not being persecuted either. Betty's getting everything that she has deserved for such a very long time. So are we lying to our subs about how me and everybody else procured these documents? Or are we that uneducated and unaware as to just how the process works? Is it a little bit of both? What is it? I don't get it. And I do know the difference between a tyrant and a tirade. But Betty, unfortunately, to just add a little bit more chaos to the English problem, we'll just say, well, you happen to embody both of those words. So I guess I can see where you could have gotten confused. Not really. And here's my last word of advice for you, Betty. Wearing a shirt with someone's dead family member on it after the case is done and put away. It's creepy. It's exploitive as hell. And it's just all around gross. I mean, what happened? Was your Beavis and Butthead shirt, was it dirty? Did your mommy not do the laundry? I mean, the shit Betty wears on the daily. Has Betty ever worn a dress, I wonder? I mean, I know what we saw her wear to what she said was a black tie function. Well, I could tell from the floor. I could tell from the chairs and the floor that was not a black tie function. I'm sure it was a, very wonderful charitable organization. I don't doubt that at all. But what I saw her wearing, I think I said at the time, I would mop my floors in something like that. So Betty, perhaps as someone who is devoid of a whole lot of things, personal style being one of them, taste, class, decorum, manners, education. Yeah, all the things. Yeah, it's really gross, Betty. I've rarely ever seen someone who's so, well, I guess Betty's kind of nonplussed too. She just does it in a more indignant way that maybe nonplussed doesn't really describe her. She's obtuse cubed. Yeah, that was so gross. Who does that? What is wrong within you that you want to wear a shirt that has the image of a murdered little girl? I mean, it's one thing if this is a missing person case and you're out trying to bring awareness. I mean, that's one thing, and I can understand that. At least a year later, and you are wearing that as your shirt for the day. That is so bizarre. It is so weird. I'm here to say I do not have, short of my rock concert t-shirts, I don't have one t-shirt or clothing item that has the likeness of someone's dead child on it. Like I said, famous people notwithstanding. Oh, crazy nurse? Yes, I would agree about the scrubs. I'm sure you and your scrubs would look like red carpet ready in comparison to her. It's interesting that she takes, I don't know. Here's my thing. I'm always interested by the fact that people who I am very cognizant of the fact that there are no doubt people who will hear this or people who have heard me say things in the past who don't like me, can't stand me. And I I understand. I'm saying things that are definitely not going to be popular with, who knows, maybe a lot of people. So I can very much understand and appreciate being looked at as maybe a villain. What I cannot understand is why does she give people like pundits, Betty? I know you're big into politics. Yeah, so just think of me as a pundit. Why would you give the detractors and the pundits, why do you give them so much extra ammunition? It's like you give me an extra clip of ammunition, like ready to go, with all of it. I mean, you're a slob. You have there's no like pride of appearance. And that doesn't mean that, you've got to put on a dress and heels and fake eyelashes. No. But, just you don't have to like go crazy with it. Just act like you care a little bit about because in the grown-up world, well, your appearance is oftentimes, that's what makes the first impression before you even open your mouth. And I know what I know the impression I'd make when I laid eyes on her. I don't know. I guess she's just so dense that's why she continues to put bleach on her head, to the point where every time she does it, her hairline moves south an inch or so. But she just keeps doing it. Like, she just doesn't get it. Hey, girl, I love it. Keep on, please, by all means. Yep, just makes just that much more to talk about. Okay, I think I got that. Yeah, so Betty, all I know is, if God forbid, I had a loved one who died, it's kind of just like salt in the wound, Betty. You've enriched yourself off the back of the Gabby Petito case. And to have to watch you strutting around the internet wearing, like, do any of these ass clowns ever take into account? It's like they are seemingly so unaware. Is it because they don't have any feelings that they can't appreciate another person's feelings? Is that what it is? I would never. Ooh, it reminds me of do you remember when Pamela Anderson did that, those ad campaigns? And it wasn't just her, a lot of celebrities that did them. And it was, I'd rather go nude than wear fur. And like Pamela Anderson did one of these. I would go nude before I would wear the likeness of someone's dead child as my just daily wardrobe. It is so vile that, like, I can't. There's only so many reasons I can come up with why someone would be so callous, have such an inability to take into consideration. These people just conscript and take for themselves. What the hell is that? They conscript and take for themselves another person's family member, their story, their likeness, and they enrich themselves off of someone else's tragedy. So I guess I should not be surprised that people who are seemingly emotionally like vacant, like the lights are on but nobody's home, I guess I shouldn't be so baffled as to how you could care so little. It's like you have no right to be rolling around, especially in light of the way you behave and all the grimy shit that is associated with you. I would come unglued if I found out one of these scumbags was wearing my child's likeness, like just like it's nothing. I think that's what makes me so crazy about these people. It is the absolute, just unmitigated gall that they think they have a right to, make money off the back of my tragedy. They're running around using my child's image as everything from fucking clothing to home decor. What's the matter? Do you miss your painting, your oil painting or whatever that was of Gabby Petito? How weird was that? That creepy bitch. Ew, it's so gross. She makes my skin crawl. Just disgusting. Ugh! So, this is why the words, like, call yourself whatever you want. It doesn't matter what you call yourself. It's the actions that matter. Oh, and then last night, I was just flipping through the channels. There were several people live last night at the same time, and the Glare was on, and he had SF Investigates on, and I just popped in there for a few minutes. I didn't even go in the chat. I just had it on the TV, and I heard they were talking about at the part where I came in. They were discussing Gabby AWP and Gabby's car being taken out of the water, and the SF Investigates guy said that AWP, well, he says that they didn't call law enforcement first. He says that they announced it on Facebook first. Whoever's telling the truth, I don't know. I mean, I know where I put my money. And apparently someone in the chat, whose name I don't remember, and I'm glad I don't, and I wouldn't have put it on blast anyway, because I'm not like that. especially since I think this was someone who's just a sub, and I'm not going to go there. So, hey, France, how are you? Hi, Stargazer, how are you? Oh, Stargazer, I agree. The only reason they get away with this crap is because they found a platform that allows it and people who support them. Bingo. Oh, and let's not forget, they can make money being deplorable. Yes, they can make money being the scumbags that they are without getting a job, which, for most of them, their criminal records make that, I would think, a little more difficult than, if I wanted to go work for somebody else. But so during this live, somebody in the chat actually said, like, I don't know where we have gotten to this place in society. I hope it's not greater society and it's just this dump. But somebody in the chat said, Kylie Rodney's mother should have been there when her car was pulled out of the Prosser Reservoir. Really? And who the fuck are you? What a horrible, shitty, callous thing to say. Have you, to the person that made that comment, well, when's the last time that you had have you had a child that died by drowning in their car? If so, well, then I guess you have standing to make that exceedingly stupid remark. And I heard that, and I was just like, my God. Hey, Nikki. Like, what is wrong with people? Can you imagine somebody actually like, I'll tell you what, for me personally, no, she didn't need to be there. And to think that some fucking idiot wandering around on YouTube who just wanders into this chat I'm sorry, for me, I'm just always gonna, when in doubt, err on the side of compassion, maybe. How about that? I would never, ever say those words. I would never say those words, period, because I'm not that kind of a person. I can't even allow myself to, I can only allow myself to go so far in the, oh my God, what if? Like, I can't. So I sure as hell would never, ever make the assertion that somebody I don't know, under circumstances that you truly cannot comprehend, okay? None of us can, unless we've been in the position. You think sitting on your ass on your couch watching YouTube makes you qualified to make that type of assertion to someone about their child? The mother, no less, that the mother should have been there. You better hope that you don't ever have to make that very unimaginable, unfathomable choice. I mean, for me personally, I'm just going to err on the side of shut the fuck up, because I don't know what I'm talking about, and I don't want to know what I'm talking about. I don't ever want to have any firsthand knowledge of that. So I don't know if it's just people on here are so, I just see a real lack of compassion for people who deserve it. I mean, the woman lost her child. It's bad enough that so many people line their pockets off their daughter's death. I mean, that's gross. That's got to grind their gears. I'm sure not now, because they're still in the very early stages of the grief that they will deal with the rest of their life. Do you actually think there is a time when you ever get over such a thing? Hell no. No. You just learn how to put one foot in front of the other and make it from one day to the next. And obviously, you know, they say time heals all. I don't believe that. Time heals all of certain things. The loss of a child, the loss of a spouse, you know, the loss of an immediate family member, someone you love more than anything in the world. Maybe that's the problem. Is that the problem? Is it that so many of these people are so fucking corrupted inside that they don't love anything, not even themselves? So they can't extend any kind of common decency to someone who has suffered. There is no bigger loss than losing a child. I mean, the closest thing to it would be a spouse. And even that's different. I mean, they're both horrible, but so, you know, to whoever made that exceedingly stupid comment, I hope it was just a lapse of judgment and you said something stupid. If not, and you think that that's, oh, I'm sorry, still in leather. Oh, and yeah, I remember when that's stupid. Listen, I truly, I've never really, you know, it's interesting. I don't think I've ever articulated what it is I think is wrong with so many of these people quite as succinctly as I just did. They're like, they don't care about anything. I don't know why. But if you don't care about anything, well, of course you're not going to have compassion for anyone else because you don't get it. And we seem to have a whole lot of that on here, like truly. Oh, Stella, I'm sorry. It is. It's like my husband asks me all the time. He's like, what? Like, you know, there's nothing good in that whole fucking place. That's what he tells me all the time. And he's right. It's like, I mean, I won't say nothing good, but I don't know. It's always so obvious to me, which begs the question, what, like, I mean, I can play dress up. I don't have to come to YouTube to do that. But I don't know. I'm telling you, I'm getting dangerously. I think that if this place doesn't make you at some point, if you don't just like shut the door and walk away, if you don't even get to where you're seriously contemplating that at some point, then because I don't know. I don't know what this place like this, and especially for me, I'm not on here making money. What am I like? It just, I tell you, I'm starting to feel like I did the last time I pushed the button and just blew it up. Because I know, sure as I'm sitting here, there is absolutely nothing. Hey, Grain, how you doing? There's nothing I'm going to say or do that's going to change a damn thing in this place. Nothing. So, I don't know. It's just, ugh. Oh, and on a happier note, I think it was my last community post I made. It was, and I have it queued up. I think we should we'll watch this because we need something kind of fun to go out on. Menace's video where JLR almost, the only thing that would have made it better, and when I say it, that would be the man in Idaho that was ready to beat that little bastard to a bloody pulp. He would have broken that shit bag in two. And I was so hoping that's what was going to happen. And the only thing that could have made it better was if his wife was also as unhinged as he was, and she took on Betty. That's like the only thing that would have made it better for me. So let's just listen to this, shall we? Just for any of the kids in class who might not have seen this, if somebody could drop Menace. Oh, actually, you know what? I've got it right here. Hold on. I will put it in the chat. If you are not subscribed to Menace to Sobriety, please do. Menace was the one who made not only this opening, but I believe he did Queen Bees. He's done, someone else's. He's done a lot of openings here on YouTube. So, okay. Yes, Heartland Honey, I mean, I get it, but you know where that's going to eventually lead. And that's where and it's kind of like, it's one of those things where when you're playing around with a bunch of people who have no morals, like they'll do anything. There doesn't seem to be any low that these people won't sing to. It begs the question, like I'm sure you know exactly what I'm saying. And it's like, it would be one thing if you were endeavoring in something that could actually be effective, but it won't be. So it's kind of like, okay. Whoops. Let me get rid of that. I'm going to do this. Share. God, I loved this so much. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I got to get the volume on.
How's it going? How's it going?
I see your fucking face here again. I'm gonna fuck you up, okay? I'm gonna give you a fucking fair warning. I don't like your fucking YouTube.
I wish you would.
You're making this fucking place look like a fucking clown. Yep. I'm gonna give you a fucking fair warning. Maybe you should call the cops Let them know about me, because I'm going to give you one fucking fair warning. If you don't think I'm fucking true, I'll drag you out of the car right now. Leave this fucking place and don't come back. You understand? I'll pull away so you can get the fuck out of here. I see you in fucking town today. Anywhere, I'm going to fucking get you. Have a fucking good day, motherfucker. You think I'm fucking playing with you, huh? You think I'm fucking playing with you, huh,
He was
motherfucker?
shitting himself right about now.
Your mom told me I'm gonna come for you. Dude, you have no respect for this fucking place.
No,
You're
he
just
doesn't.
a piece of shit YouTube motherfucker. Get the fuck
Correct.
out of here.
Sir, I can.
How long do you think you're gonna last right now?
3
I'm gonna make
seconds.
history over your fucking face, and when I do, I'm gonna smash you really fucking bad. Get the fuck out of here.
And
Now,
being the true little bitch.
given
that
how
he
this guy was
is,
so
he
nervous,
called the cops.
could barely put a coherent sentence together,
That's
nor
a
could he
big
say
boy.
anything that would
Look at
even
him.
remotely.
I'll tell you what, it is only a matter of time. Hold on, I'm going to take that down. It's only a matter of time. It is. I mean, think about it. I have never even heard of Moscow, Idaho before this started. So I'm assuming it's a very small town. I had family that lived in Coeur d'Alene. Oh my God, nonsense. How about the way that idiot, what was he calling? What was the Rev calling Coeur d'Alene? Cordelini or something? My God, these people are so lazy. They can't even be bothered to even do the minimal amount of work. Like, just hilarious. But let me tell you something. Nonsense will know exactly what I'm talking about. Hi, Denise. Idaho, there's lots of white supremacy groups in Idaho. There used to be. I don't know if there still is, but let's just say that even if there not still a lot of those kind of groups, well, there's definitely a lot of, let's just say, alt-right. And Betty spit on that guy? Are you kidding me? What kind of a woman spits on somebody? A gutter skank. That's who. She spit on that guy? Where the hell do I find that? Wow. Wow. Just wow. My God. I'm not condoning what that guy did, but I might have paid his bond if he listen, these people, their day is coming. I don't know who's going to give it to them. It's certainly not going to be me, but somebody is going to oblige, and they're going to give them what they're begging for. Those people in that little tiny town have had to contend with everybody. Even forget about those ass clowns. Just all the looky-loos. And in small towns, people talk. Word gets around quickly. It is. And of course, you can see JLR doing this. Bitch, you're a bitch, okay? You called the cops on the guy. Why didn't you just handle it like a man? It's real cute. Like, you go and you invade people's personal space. You're disrespectful as hell. Whether you're within your legal rights or not, he is someone you can tell who revels in doing shit like that. And then, like the true wuss boy that he is, he's doing this to the guy from his car. But he didn't get out of his car, did he? Oh no, hell no. He called the popo. Boy, it's a good thing it wasn't in Chatham County, wasn't it? Although he didn't take part in that, so we won't blame him for that shit show. But hi, Jenny. How you doing? Yeah, it's just a matter of time. And they're going to be lucky if all they get is an ass whipping. Because guess what? The world is full of unstable people. The world is full of violent people. The world is full of people who can't keep their, who like to provoke and get reactions out of people. There's lots of people who, you know, while maybe doing something that is legal, but not necessarily moral, there's lots of people that do shit like that. And I don't know, I believe that the universe often rights itself. It balances things out. That to me, yeah, Betty, that's Betty right there. I cannot conceive of a situation where I would spit on someone. Like, that is so white trash. It is. It's just, that's just gross. What? Like, did she take her shoes off? Did she rip her earrings off? Like, because when the earrings come off, it's on like Donkey Kong. Like that. At least that's what I, have gathered from fights I've seen throughout my life. Yeah, no, I don't fight. I've never been in a fight in my life. And I truly cannot imagine spitting on someone. They are so vile to me. Like, I would not. There are very few actions that they could find themselves on the receiving end of that I would care about. Truly. I mean, I'm sorry. I'm just keeping it real. You don't get to go around wreaking all the havoc that these people do and think that it's never, like, there's always somebody just a little more extra than you. Just like that dude. I mean, clearly the guy had a little bit of self-control because he didn't do what I was so hoping he was going to do, which was reach through that car and yank that little bastard out by the scruff of his neck and just knock his ass into next Tuesday. So clearly he had a little bit of self-control, but maybe the next person, when he shows his scrawny ass there again in Idaho, well, maybe the next person doesn't have so much self-control. And if you think that dude gave even one fuck about getting arrested, trust me, he didn't. And he was out. I would imagine he probably never saw the inside of a jail cell. He probably got a booking photo and a ticket. Hell, he might not have even been taken to jail. He might have just gotten a ticket and a court date. Oh, oh my God. I'm sorry. I don't know any women that would spit on anyone. Okay. I just don't. It's gross. Hey, Q. That's a good thing. Yeah, just very like, wow, spit. She spit on somebody. She's another one. There's not many things that I might have slightly more No, I don't think I do. I was gonna say, I might give her a little more leeway because she's a female, but no, when I think back to all the things that she's done, like Betty, I think that you, Pumpkin, I think you've got some things that oh boy, you might want to work on yourself. I think that all this time you spend on YouTube, everybody isn't wrong, Betty. No. Woo! Well, I think, yep, that was it. That was it. That's all I got. Look at that. Nobody came to say hi to me. Nobody came to tell me how much they hate me. And to me, it's like, save it. If you don't have the, like, if you can't come and say it to my face, you had your chance. Emmy, didn't I? I did at the beginning. Wait, I need to see that comment. BHB is an inch from losing her shit and being arrested. You can see it. She's just about to contain her behavior. Listen, nothing would surprise me. I just hope I'm around to see the when these particular dogs get their day. Oh, Emmy, it was in the very beginning. But hi again. Oh, but yes, her binders. Yeah. Listen. I think what I see coming, she is so out of her depth and she knows it. Okay. She knows it. And she can't afford a lawyer. So my guess is she's going to let all of her shit just get dismissed. Her complaint is going to go bye-bye because she didn't comply with, opposing counsel's demands to clarify, we'll just say. She's not going to do that. So that's going to go bye-bye. And I mean, honestly, what is she? I think she'll let the other go too. I think she'll get a default. Queen Bee will probably get a default in the defamation counterclaim, because I think this was a game. Hey Nick, how you doing? I think this was a game all the way through. She just, like I said, she severely underestimated the support. I think she underestimated the support Queen Bee has and will continue to have. And with every subsequent live rage stream that he does, that support will just continue to grow. So she underestimated that. As usual, she severely overestimated her abilities. I mean, the woman doesn't even know, apparently, what a tyrant is and how it differs from a tirade. I mean, they do both start with T. So I don't know. But I really think she'll ignore it. I think the original complaint, bye-bye. And I don't know. Fortunately, I'm not in that beast's head. Nope. Well, hi Bob, what are you doing? The dog's here. He's like, Mom, let's go. Oh, God. What happened? I didn't see Gina. Gina, where are you hiding, girl? Well, kids, oh no. Amberly, what happened? Oh my God. Wait, I'm going back up in the chat. Oh, I'm sorry. So flow. Yeah, I always need one of those. Oh God. Oh no. Now what do we have? A new controversy? What happened last night? Nick, what happened last night? Oh, did something happen with Gina? God. Well, kids, I need to go check on that plumeria bush. No, I finally stopped. I can't, oh God, I can't be the only one who sees a creepy crawly and feels it like it's crawling on me. Hold on, I gotta read that. TT Simpson. Oh, so I need to go. You know what? I saw it's in my queue. Bye, Emmy. Thank you, girl. Oh, so I need to listen to that. Okay. I actually was going to start it before I came in my office, and I saw it was like 4 hours. So I thought, yeah, I figured I would wait until I was done. Oh, but now I feel like, yeah, thank you, crazy nurse. Well, kids, somebody, should I listen to the whole thing? Do I need to listen to it? Because it's 4 hours plus. But I'm gonna. There's no plumeria left to water. There's just a damn stalk. Those creepy crawlies got it. Well, kids. Oh, let's see. Oh, tomorrow. I'm not going to be around tomorrow because I am going to a girlfriend's because we are planning a girls' trip. Where do you think we're going? It's in the United States, so I'll make it. We're only going to go, I don't know, we're going to figure it out tomorrow. We've been talking about doing this for a while now. This is something I've wanted to do for a while, and my husband doesn't really seem to be that interested in it, and her husband definitely is not. So we've been talking for, months about doing this trip. No, not the beach. I can be at the beach in like 10 minutes, so I'm beached out. So yeah, we've been talking about doing this, and the last time she was over, which was about 2 weeks ago, I said, you know what? We need to quit talking about this. When you leave, go look at your schedule. I'm gonna look at mine, and I'm gonna come over. We'll go get dinner. I'm actually gonna go. She doesn't live that close to me, so I usually just spend the night. So that's what we're going to do. And we're going to plan this trip to Newport, Rhode Island to go do the mansions. I want to see Marble House, which I think is the Vanderbilts. And because I love stuff like that. Like that's my wheelhouse. And I have a family member who went last year and said, oh my God, you have got to go. You will love it. It is so gorgeous there. And my girlfriend that I'm going to go with, she's from New England. So oh my gosh, Bob, what are you doing? So yeah, that's what we're going to do. I'm going to go like, ooh, I used to ride, Denise. I don't much anymore. I did dressage. I haven't ridden in ages. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to go. I mean, we're not going to be gone long. 3 nights max. For me, I don't like being gone from home more than like 3 nights is my max. I mean, obviously, if you go, West Coast, even to the West Coast, or definitely if you leave the country, you've got to be gone a little more than that. So, Sofa King. Yeah, we want to go before it gets too cold, but yeah, that might be a really good time. Your daughter rides? Oh, Revival. I can always get tax-free because I have a resale license. But yeah, I've never used my resale number, just buying for myself. But so yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. So tomorrow, I will not be here tomorrow. And then the next day is Thursday. Holy crap. My husband and I were talking yesterday. He looked at me and he's like, my God, tomorrow is August 1st. Can you believe how fast? Ooh, y'all buckle up. The older you get, the faster time goes. Yes, it does. All right. Oh, shit. Damn, I just smashed my finger. I can't have my full real reaction like I would have if it was just me here screaming at myself. Oh God, when I get hurt, I get so pissed. I can't be the only one. I don't know what it is about when you like stub your toe or whatever you do and it hurts like a mofo. It just feels better when you just let out a stream of profanities. Okay, buddy, I'm coming. And the dog wants to go out, more importantly. So, all right. Thank you guys for joining me. I appreciate it so much. And yes, I will tell you when I come back, maybe at the end of the week. I will tell you how the trip planning is going. All right, everybody. Thank you. I appreciate you all so much. And I'll see you the next time. Hi, Daz. Bye, Daz. It wasn't anything you said. Don't worry. Hold on. I'm trying to find the damn. Oh, there it is. All right, kids. Have a good one. And I'll probably see you Friday. Something like that.